Yep.
But what if you put the wine somewhere where there is no air?
Well, that's how you store it.
Touche, but what I'm trying to segue into is if a case of top-notch Bordeaux tastes different after being in space.
You know what? I saw this article as well.
Recent thing,
I saw this article as well. They sent up some 2000 Bordeaux, year 2000 Bordeaux, up to the ISS for 6 months or something.
Yeah, man.
And it developed more of a 2 to 3 year wine than normal.
It was more mature,
yeah.
right?
It matured quicker in space.
So that's space-developed wine.
But I don't know. Is it because of it being... Because there's air inside the ISS, so it's nothing to do with that. And obviously, it's a glass bottle, so that doesn't matter. Is it the G-forces when it goes up and down?
I would
What do you think it
argue
is?
that it is the fact that it's 0G.
Like a
So you've still got a
decompression.
bit of air in the bottle. Like, they don't brim it and then cork it. You've got like that little bit of air that is in the bottle, and it starts aging. Well, you've got barrel aging and bottle aging.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the wine from year 2000 could either be barrel or bottle aged.
Yeah.
But they've bottled it, sent it to space, and that little air pocket has been able to get around the liquid.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's the reason, because that little bubble of air is freely moving around the wine. Mate, that's sick.
And then they brought it back down, and gravity's
Fucking-
taking its effect again.
Pop that guy open. Fucking
Soon,
drink it.
Elon Musk, you forget about the Starlink satellites. He'll be sending rockets up, laced with wine ready to be matured. It'd be orbiting Earth, and then it'd be landing back down. Before you know it, that's got the equivalent of like 2,000 year age.
As much as you joke about this, that's not
It's
a bad
true.
shout.
Yeah.
That is actually a really good idea.
Like, talk about Pinot Grigio. Talk about fucking Zero Gigio. Yeah? Wine.
Maybe they'll rename that orbited wine or something a bit more elegant in there.
Right, so I'm going to make sure that I do this before we put the podcast out on Wednesday. I'm going to trademark Pinot Zero Gigio, and I'm gonna save it for when I retire, because
.co.uk.
I want to get a vineyard, all right? But the vineyard's going to be on Mars. It's going to be sick, right?
Good luck.
Get
That's all I can say
The
to you. on
vineyard
that
is the rocket pad.
Yeah, man.
Like, why is it always... What's that crisp flavour that comes with the wine? Oh, that's the exhaust fumes from the fucking rocket.
That reminds me of, what was it? It was an episode of The Simpsons where they go to look at like vineyards, and it's like, oh, the hot Californian sun mixes with the fumes of the highway, and you get this taste and all that. I've not seen the episode for like 20 years, but I mean, like it's
like the natural environment determines the taste, and it just so happens that there's a fucking highway going through the middle of it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you want that exhaust, that heat, that greenhouse effect. Because why do you put what they call it greenhouse effect? You put your grapes and shit in a greenhouse. You want to create that ecosystem. You want to get the maturity of the wine. I talk as if I know what I'm talking about. I don't have a clue.
Well, with this whole same sort of context with like, I mean, what other foods and drinks? I mean, could you send cheese up and mature the cheddar more? Like, where can this lead on to? What is the next step with
Is this
sending
like a
wine
big
up
industry?
into space?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like cheese wouldn't work because they normally case the cheese in wax, and that's what helps age it.
Yeah.
I don't think 0G cheese will make a difference.
I think
Not
However-
Wallace and Gromit like.
people are going to, go into the moon and breaking off a wedge with your Wensleydale. And getting
Imagine in
crackers.
a couple hundred years you get space matured steaks.
Well, that's the
That
thing,
sounds
because
tasty.
being 0G, would the meat, would the muscle fiber break up more, and it kind of like
Be more
floats around.
succulent.
Yeah, and bloody Neil Armstrong's turning over in his grave because there's just bits of like steak floating about the moon. Like, you've got how many? The moon's a satellite, but you got loads of like T-bones orbiting.
Talk about space junk.
I know, and then you've just
Brings
got
a different meaning to getting boned.